Hello everyone. I've been painting molds with chameleon powders again, and I wanted to make another dragon notebook. I've also been playing with a few other little molds like the hair barrettes and the hair comb. So stay with me and we will mix up some resin and pour these and see what they look like. I'll be right back. Hello everyone, I'm back. I just mixed up 18 ounces of my Let's Resin resin because the Dragon notebook takes approximately 16 ounces. Almost 16 ounces according to my weighing it not too long ago. So I just mixed this up with my beautiful Astoria mixer here. And I'm just going to wipe it off real quick, put it back in the stand, and then I will clean it a little bit with ibuprofen alcohol. Normally, that's what I do, but they suggest you just wash it with soap and water. But I want to stick that in the stand, let it drip. Sometimes I set it in alcohol, but not today. So, mixing this up, I always go back and mix again so you are sure to get the sides and the bottom of your resin completely mixed up so there's no, strands or strains of unmixed alcohol. And I see, oh, that must be a little piece of fluff or a bug that, oh, what are you? Go away, whatever it is. Anyway, we're going to color this black, and I'm going to use my Dr. Bombay India ink because I don't have any other dyes. So, I mean, I've got Micas, but we don't want Mica. We don't want shiny. I just want a solid black. And I'm going to put 2 full squirts in because prior to this, doing this much before, it took about 2 big squirts full. And you know, I thought I saw a hair in there, but I guess if we find it, we find it. Let's just mix this up. Pardon the scraping noise. Do that a little bit away from the microphone on the camera here. So the little barrettes and hair comb, I think if I can fit them along with something else on my Let's Resin curing machine, it's round, and pardon the dirty, I put a little sheet of silicone mat on there, and I just realized I had colored something else this week while I was at it, so let's go ahead and see if this will fit in. This is a mushroom house, and I tried to do a little rainbow at the front of the house. Red roof, white dots, white spots. That should fit in there. Little purple door. There's a frog peeking out, and it says Toad's Home or the Toad House on there. Let's see if I can fit. I should be able to fit these all on there, just like that. There's the rainbow comb. Hope it sits flat. And 2 sets of these hair barrette molds that Miss Frances from Beating Crazy Custom Creations had sent me these molds, and you can get online and buy the clips that go with them because that's what I did. These were older molds that belonged to Miss Frances, and she sent them to me, and so I just ordered the appropriate little, I see hair. Oh, do I have tape in here? Anyway, she sent them to me. It was a nice surprise, so we're going to use those today. It makes well, I have another one. 3 different styles, but to make a set, I'm going to have to make one more of each. Is that hair or just a scratch in my... Heck if I can tell anymore. That's alright. Okay, so we can fit this little one in here. Yay, they all work. They all are going to fit. Hopefully. If I do a little finagling here, and then we can demold earlier than expected. Before I pour this, I'm going to be sure and have the resin for the dragon, okay? And let me tell you, these micas I was using are, I think they're just a glitter mica, but these are from Temu, and I'm trying to use up all that I have, but they have some very, very pretty colors, and they go on your mold very nicely. So I'm just going to leave this in the tray that I have. This is my Costco tray. I have several. Not only is it handy because it has a lid to cover your molds, I put my projects in them, you know, as I go, and if I've got several things going at once, I just put them in a tray, cover it up, and just keep everything a little more organized that way. Whew, that was a mouthful. The eye I'm going to do afterwards. I did the eye afterwards on the other one that I did recently, and I'm sure you saw that video. It was for my, well, the collaboration with Mini Scenes GB. I'm just looking to see if there's a hair in here, or if I can see anything. And I think I may. I think I might. Get a little... maybe I don't. Well, we'll figure it out. So let's go ahead and pour this before I pour the others. And we'll just start in the center here. This resin debubbles real quickly. You know, my 4 minutes of stirring with the Estoyo mixer, it was pretty much clear all the way through. Didn't have much for bubbles at all. Oh my goodness. Maybe I didn't weigh correctly. Maybe I don't need that much. So this rainbow cover will be different than the first dragon notebook I did, because I used different micas. Let's see, I just want to be sure to get enough under the lips or the edges, and of course right now I'm on the leveling board, which is never level for me. I believe it's warped. That's my entire problem with it. Just go right up to the edges, then I can move it aside. I think this will be real pretty too. I've enjoyed taking micas and coloring molds lately. Now I see why Miss Frances does it. It's very satisfying. Very satisfying. Time goes by peacefully. You just do your thing. And the outcomes are beautiful. Alright. I've almost got this pretty full. I'm just going to push some into that corner there. This is like almost, I'd say 3/8 inch thick. These tablets, or covers, I guess you'd call them, when they're done. So, get a little more right here. Yeah, there we go. It wasn't too messy. Wait till I move it and see what happens. Maybe I can, I wonder if I can still say that. I just want to make sure I'm under, I don't want to damage my colors under there. I just want to make sure it goes underneath in those corners. Not by much, just a little bit. And I will gently just skim across the top there and make sure I have no bubbles. This looks like it's going to work out pretty good. Once I get it on the other side of the countertop, I will double check it for leveling and make sure nothing's, whoops, a little mess. Just making sure nothing's flowing, and I've got a equal thickness in the pour. So let me just wipe that back into itself. All right, I'm going to move it very carefully. And possibly when it sets up a little better than this. And is there anything in my way? Of course, there's all kinds of things in my way. I thought I cleared a spot. Anyway, put that on the chair. Let's set this over here. Hello. Just set it on the chair and then knock it over. Alright. A few bubbles coming up. I'm not gonna get this up. This is my tray with the colors in it. Oh goodness. Alright. Where was I? I forgot already. Yes, I'm not going to take alcohol to it. I might take my heat gun shortly, but let me get this squared away with you. I don't know. Now, this house is a little deep in this area. Don't know. I really don't know that we'll have enough. But we can go ahead. I'm going to, well, I don't know if I should. Mix that up a little bit. The color is down there. I guess I'll put as much as I can in that little house. And if need be, I'll just make some more. Which I probably will have to. But you know, it's surprising how much resin you might think you need. And then it'll surprise you darn near every time. That you either made too much or not enough. Apparently not enough for this one because I forgot all about it. So I'll make a little more black, top this off, pour these other smaller molds here, and then I will get this one started in the heating machine here, or the curing machine, and when I see you next, we will demold. Okay? Catch you in a little while. Bye. If I can shut it off with gloves on. Hi everyone. Oh, let me pull up a chair. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Let's demold today. I'm excited about these. Okay, these were a modge-podge of chameleon colors. Most of them were from Temu. So let's start with the little hairbreadths. These are the square ones here. I'll move you out of the way. You're kind of big. These are the little square ones, and I just tried to go, oh, pretty, in the rainbow colors. Those are very pretty, aren't they? You can see my brush strokes a little bit, though. But those turned out really nice. All I need to do is add the backs to those and make another one, so I can have a set of two. So those are pretty. Now I tried to do rainbows in all of these. Now these are the oval ones. Love these molds, Miss Francis. Thank you. Oh, very nice. There we go. Not perfect. I wonder why I have a few brush streaks. I know why. Because I used the micro brushes, I think, on the smaller areas, which gave me the little bit of stripes. But boy, those are pretty too. Lovely colors. I love that purple. Then we have this one. I had to take, I over poured here. I'm gonna have to trim that one, but these barrettes are probably gonna be the same colors, turning out the same way, which I think are, oh gosh, back me up a little bit. I keep reaching out. There you go. So did you see these, or did I have those out of frame too? Can't recall, but they turned out really nice. So they're all pretty much the same. Really pretty colors. I like those. Okay, now the comb. I've had this mold forever. It's a little bendy, so I'm going to have to lay it flat for a while. But let's demold this. And I think the prongs are going to be nice and sturdy. But I want to be careful getting this out so I don't break any off. But these have been setting for over a day. Come on, you, out. Peel it, peel it, peel it. Oh, that's nice. There we go. That turned out nice. After it sits a bit, I've got a little cleanup to do. After it sits a bit, I'm going to try to, well, you know, I should top coat this. That's what I should do to make those really smooth. Because they feel rough. Of course, the back side feels rough. The top side is nice and smooth, but I will make sure those are nice and set, hard, cleaned up, which isn't much to do there. And I'm going to put a back coat on this. Maybe just the prongs. Well, actually, I can do the whole thing here. I've got a couple of bubbles, so that will be put aside to be worked on and fixed up. Oh, let's try this mushroom house. I forgot I did it. And I tried to color it pretty. Looks like I'm a little thin right there. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. We'll see. But this is a cute mold. I might darken it up because I think that's what I like to do. Here we go. Boy, that really stained that, didn't it? Oh, look. Oh, look. That is pretty. Look at that red. Oh my gosh, that red is very pretty. Frog turned out nice. Let's see. I'll have to do his eyes. Color that title of the toad abode in a little bit. Oh, that's where a window is. So that's kind of thin right there. It's a little soft. I'll have to let that set up. But the red is really pretty. It's not red. It's just a deep, deep purple red, but it turned out really nice. And I'll put a hanger on that. The doorway's hollow. What would you do there? Huh, I don't know. It's big enough for a frog to go through. Anyway, let's see the back. Rough edges on the back. That's thin right there. But you can see where I did add more resin to fill that up, but that's really pretty, I think. Really, really pretty. I like the rainbow colors. They worked out nice. That turned out nice. And I was assuming this was a stone or a rock, but I thought maybe it was possibly a start of another mushroom, but that's really cute. Look at those colors. Okay. Speaking of colors, let's look at this. Whoop. Let's look at this. Let me see if I can go by feel. I think this is the back. I don't know. Let me peek. Nope. This is the back. This is the back. Gosh. Guess what's there? Don't have to tell you. We all know. Now this I'm going to set flat for several days. It's still a little bendy. Not bad. But let's see how that back turned out. Whoa, there's some bright colors. That is a bright, bright rainbow color. Look at that. Those are really pretty. I like those. All right, so I'm assuming the dinosaur here, the face with the big eye, is going to be just as bright. Shall we see? Okay, let's see. Here we go. Whoa, boy, that's almost blinding. Look at that gold. That is bright. So I am going to let this set. I'll trim the edges to make sure they're not sharp because they feel a little sharp right across here. Get that sanded down. And I'm going to do the eye like I did the other eye. There's a little bit of the silver on the side. I'm going to doctor that up and do it from the outside because I like the way the other booklet turned out when I painted the eye. But that's really, really pretty. And yes, that's the top. Can't really tell which way he's looking though. Can you? It's hard to say. Is that his right eye or his left eye? Maybe he has 3 eyes. I don't know. But I'm going to get these all cleaned up. Come back to you when I'm ready to paint his eye, and we'll put on the hair barrette clips too. See how easy that will be. Okay, I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, everyone, I've got all these pieces cleaned up now. Let me just kind of recap. First of all, this comb is going to be set aside, and I'm going to do a pour on the back to smooth out the tongs or the comb part. This one, the Toad Abode, I like how it has turned out, but I do need to do the eyes. And I'm going to color in this Toad Abode lettering on there. So let me just take a fine point Sharpie, and I'm just going to go over this and color that in so it's legible. And this will dry and be permanent. So that's an easy fix right there. Looking at this piece, I think I want to put this on a piece of barnwood, and that entails getting a piece of barnwood picked out, which I have in the backyard, but I want to sand it, and I think I want to attach this to a piece that I can hang. But along with that, I found this old it's just wooden. It says keys. It's like way back in what, the 80s kind of thing. It was just amongst my hoarding stuff. Anyway, what I'm thinking about doing is remove these hooks, find a nice piece of barnwood, and if I can color this piece to match the Toad Abode, I will put that together and make a nice wall hanging for keys. So I will probably do this on a separate video, but that's my thought on this abode. Or I could just, I could easily put a hanger on it right now, but then it would just be a hanging piece with no actual functionality to it. Yeah, I don't want to leave it at that. So I'm going to doctor this up a little bit. So stay tuned for a video on the Toad Abode. Oop, I just blurred that E. So we can always do the eyes when I do that. So let's put that aside. And, well, I don't know. I've got a marker right in my hand. Let me just do a little bit of, might as well do the eyes. I'm just going to color in the pupil black, and I've got some white acrylic paint here. Me and my whites of the eyes, so I'm just going to take a micro brush here with the tip wore off. See if I can't color in. It's probably too much, a little bit of the white here. I do better with these than I do a paintbrush. Those real fine paint brushes, Most of them are long, and I just have not had the knack to use those. So heck, these work just as good. I'm just going to go and do the whites of his eyes because he's looking that way, which for me would be he's looking west, and I just messed that up. I'll let that dry and I can clean that edge up. I'm not going to put a slit in his eye. I'm going to just, oh, where's my X-Acto knife? Maybe I can clean that up just a skosh here. Take a bit of that off or smooth it out some. I've got a hang up. Yeah, it's a hang up. I have a hang up. I have a hang up when it comes to eyes. I don't know why I do. Maybe that's something Mr. Howard taught me in art class. I don't know, but I have this thing about it. If you haven't noticed already. That's a little better. Now, without smudging, I can just fix this bit of the eye. Maybe I'll just outline it. Well, I don't want to outline it. Maybe I'll outline just half of it. Just follow the, there we go. We'll just do the whole thing. Follow the curve of your mold. That's the easiest way to go about it. And then a lot of times it catches that white and smooths it out on the edges a little bit. I think there's still a little too much white here. And then now not enough. Or I could even them out. Let's just do that. Let's just make a bigger pupil. There. I feel better about that. But we still need that speck of life, and this is probably a bit too big. So, in that case, a toothpick would be better, I think. So I have a toothpick right here, and I'm just going to take a little dot. I'm going to go right there. Take a little dot on the same side of the eye, or the same place in both eyes, so he's looking in one direction. There, I'm happy. I'm not going to worry about his mouth or his nostrils or anything like that. Possibly when I get this on the barnwood. Okay, so that's a whole different ball game coming up. We'll do it with that. All right. So while we're here, we do these barrettes. These are really cool, I think. And look at the package. I did get this off of, I want to say Amazon. I believe I got them from Amazon. And you get quite a bunch here. And I think they were all this color. I don't think I had the option, if I remember right, to get them in silver. So that I'm not sure about, because that I can't remember. So I was looking at these. Let's say, for instance, the ones with the square opening. Now, it covers a whole clip, I think. Yeah, because you don't want to see that. But your hair will show through. So that means that goes right to the edge. If I can open it and see exactly where the edge is, right about here. And I think I'll just put my E6000 on and eyeball that. Okay, so that's not too difficult. It's got some good alligator clips on there. That looks like it's not going to go anywhere once it's on your hair. So I'm just going to take another. Oh, that's a big glob, Billy. Bigger glob yet. I'm just going to take. Whew. It's a new, it's coming out quick because it's a new a tube, and it's a large tube, so it's coming up pretty quick. And I've said, I probably a million times, I don't know. The E6000 is a great adhesive. I use it on most everything. And what I like about it is when you're affixing, I gotta shut that, it's oozing out. When you're affixing it to resin, whatever oozes out, it just peels off. And that's not to say that the glue will peel off, the glue will hold, but where you don't want it, you can always just peel it off. That's a plus. I don't get it all over myself. It's a bit messy. Some tubes come with the pointy tip, which this one did not, and I don't have a pointy tip to swap out on it. It dries very quickly, but it gives you time to play, but not a lot of time to play. So this one, it's this one with the square. Okay, so I'm going to eyeball it with the square, but I'm going to bring that clip right down to the tip here so it's not seen. And I can look here to make sure the edges are where they should be in that clip. And there you have it, a really colorful rainbowed hairbread. So I won't hold you up and do all of these, but that's how simple that is. And then there you go. I'll make a set with all of them. There's the straight one for this one. Easy enough. Just be sure to cover that edge piece and you're good to go. All right. Now moving all this aside, you should see the rest of my area here. It's quite a scene, I'll tell you. Okay. Now, on all these pieces, I went outside, because if you're not outside, wear a mask. I just wear a hospital mask when I'm sanding resin, either in my shop with a Dremel tool, or these files come in great. I just went around sitting outside and just file these edges down. And there's glue already. File the edges down. You can wipe that clean with some, I just take some alcohol on a paper towel, and all the edges are smooth. I did notice this is thinner on this side, so apparently not being quite level made this corner thin, but if it sits quite a while, then we're going to be okay. It will harden up. And to put it together, which is easy, you know, I've got these clips. These are the Temu clips. I don't recommend them, but that's what I have. Just open these up. There's 3 per clip for all 6 of your holes that line up. I get this paper pad from Amazon, and I think they came in 3 sets. Gives you about a 1/4 inch of papers that fit perfectly in here. But I'm going to do the eye. All right, I'm going to do the eye just like I did the eye on the dragon notebook I did for Claire's collaboration. So, taking my gold marker, I've got the silver in here that we did with the mica powders. I'm not going to worry about that. That still gives us the appearance of white. And see if I grab the right pen here. This is my Decocolor Premium pen. And I'm just going to follow the circle of the gold that I put the micas on. This shows up better than the micas. That's why I'm doing it. Gives it a nice finish. Or you could use any other, I'm sure, gold markers you have. You could do a silver, but I think with all the gold on this dragon, we'll just go gold. Just gonna follow that circle if I can see it right. You know what? Give me a second. I have a lamp here that I usually prop up what I'm recording, and I forgot, but it gives me it there. Look at that. Geez, Billy, you should have had that on the whole time. This is coming out in globs here. Let me just push it on there. But I want to see that edge of the gold is what I'm looking for. Let's get back to the pen now. So it doesn't come out so... Well, there's another glob, but anyway, at least I know there's ink in it. I'm just going to follow that gold. You don't have to be real neat on the edges because once this dries, we're going to go around with a Sharpie. And I just like the looks of this gold. Try not to get all the goopy lines where it got goopy. Sort of smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, I think my tip is worn out on this one. Is the problem, but I'm just going to go around. It stands out more, so is what I'm trying to say, I guess. The eye stands out more. You could use your lacquer paints, like your testers. I do use that a lot. But I might as well make use of this pen, as long as I smooth out the globbies. Like that. It's coming out a lot now. Silver chrome would be nice, I guess. Or you could make the dragon's eye red. It's up to you. This one's taking me longer than I thought, actually. Just want to get all those imperfections off of there. Go back to this side again. Turn that over. It's coming out now. It's coming out a lot. I better just stop while I'm ahead. Look at that tip. I've used that tip a lot to get that goober off of it. I think you can take scissors and cut those stray pieces off. But I'm just going smooth because I have a problem. My neighbor Nancy told me once I have, what is it, ACD or ADHD or I don't know what she said I have, but I just call it my alphabet. I probably have all of it. I just want to be neat. Okay, that's almost dry actually. So that's a good thing. Dry, dry, dry. I guess I could get, oh, I don't have a heat gun in here. Yeah, watch me put my finger in it. Is it dry? Kinda. Dry enough? I think so. You can flatten out some of them goobers that way. All right. Quit horsing around. Back to my Sharpie. Now I've got a bolder one. This is the ultra fine, and this is the, that's the ultra fine. This is the fine. What you think is a thick tip is actually what they call the fine. And I could go around there, but that looks pretty good except that top spot. But I'm going to use the little one. And we're just going to go around that, even out that gold a little bit. All the way down. Always wipe the tips off. If you can't get ink out of these, just, you can bend the tip and it'll crackle, but I think that just loosens up the dry ink and then you're good to go. I'm going to take a fine line around, just a very fine line around the edge here. Again, that'll cover up imperfections. Both sides. Pardon the scratching sound. I've got this on my, oh, it's an old cutting board, but it's getting pretty stained. I have it here all the time. And we'll just do a nice line around there, like that. All right. Now I'm going to put this straight in front of me, and when I want to come down. Well, I'm going to go to a slant so the eye actually looks straight. And I'm going to cut the middle in half. This is really easy. Just cut the middle in half with your pen, all the way from one edge to the other. And then carefully I'm going to make a bit of a curve. I don't want a big curve. It can go bigger if you need to make it bigger, or it just happens to go bigger, just fill it in. That's all I'm going to do. Go to the other side. Try to get it even. Like that. Fill it in. I'll let the gold dry a little better and go over it. But basically, that's the eye for the dragon. So I'm going to put the book together, and probably in a day or two at least, because I want this to be completely flat and not bend. There's my dragon eye. I'm going to go over it to make it shine with a little bit of my polyurethane, and then that eye will be very bright. I've got that much done. I kind of went wonky here, so see what I mean? You get a little wider. If you get a little goober, just go a little wider. And then we need the white. So I'm going to take my white acrylic paint, and I had a dotting tool. Oh, where did it go? It was somewhere here. Don't see it, but since it's a big eye, I can get away, I think, using the tip of a microbrush. And I did 3 dots on the other eye. It looked pretty cool. But to me, that white of the eye and the little dots of life, something on there, they make a big difference. They really do. And we'll just do another one. What is on there? I don't know. I have so many of these on the go half the time. Bound to be something on there. Okay, there we go. Little polyurethane. When that is dry, you can get that in any hardware store. It's made for wood finishing, but it works great on resin. Okay, I'm going to put this together, finish the hairbreadths. I'll take a still, and like I said, we'll work on the little mushroom house at a later date. So I want to thank you all for watching, everyone. Take good hair. Take good hair. Take good care. Take good care. You know what I mean. Take good care. I mean, take real good care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Big hugs. Bye.